Hello, welcome everyone. Heather here again. So today we'll do for you another self-love reading, and this time I have the Sailor Senshis and also Princess Serenity for you to choose as your pick an item. Okay, so this art is actually done by my friend. She goes by the name Rosafir Wing. I will probably link to her various social media accounts down in the description. So for today we will pick for you cards from my White Rose Motivation deck and also from my Botanical Inspiration Oracle deck. Okay, and actually I think I might include one more deck along with this. Right, so I shall include another deck that I actually like very much, which is the Moonology deck. Alright, so I'll link to all these decks down below in the comments and descriptions, and I will start by shuffling these cards for all of the Sailor Senshis and Princess Serenity, and in the meantime you can make your decision on which one to choose. Alright, I'll include the timestamps below so you can skip straight to that if you like. Okay, so we're not done yet. Okay, hold on. So I will be shuffling for Princess Serenity. What self-love message do we have for Princess Serenity? Alright, I apologize for that. Let's continue. What self-love message do you have for Princess Serenity? Any self-love message for Sailormoon? Those who chose the Sailormoon card. Self-love message for people who chose the Sailormoon card. Self-love message for those who chose Sailor Mercury. Self-love message for, I guess this would be Mercury as well. You have two. Those who chose Sailor Mars. Self-love message for those who chose Sailor Mars. Self-love message for those who chose Sailor Jupiter. Self-love message for those who chose Sailor Jupiter. Self-love message for those who chose Sailor Venus. Self-love message for those who chose Sailor Venus. And you have two as well. Cool. Next, let's see the Botanical Inspiration cards. So please give us an oracle card. Please give us a message for those who chose Princess Serenity. Please give us a message for those who chose Princess Serenity. Alright. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailormoon. Okay. Alright. Okay, please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mercury. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mercury. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mercury. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mars. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mars. Please give us a message who chose Sailor Jupiter. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Jupiter. Ooh, that is too much. However, I'll take the top one. And please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Venus. Please give us a message for those who chose Sailor Venus. Right. Alright. Finally, we'll go for the Moonology deck. So a message for those who chose Princess Serenity. Apologize. Give us a message for those who chose Princess Serenity. Oops. Oh, that seems to want to stay. Okay, please give us a message for those who chose Sailormoon. That is too many. I can take 2, but 4 is too much. Give us a message for those who chose Sailormoon. Give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mercury. Ooh. Alright, we'll take. Give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mars. Give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mars. A message for those who chose Sailor Mars. Ooh. 3. Let's see. That is too much. If it wants to come out, it can come out again. Please, only 2 cards at most. Give us a message for those who chose Sailor Mars. Alright. So that's 2 cards. Okay. Moonology deck, give us a message for those who chose Sailor Jupiter. Again, 3 is too many. Give us a message for those who chose Sailor Jupiter. Alright. And lastly, give us a message for those who chose Sailor Venus. Give us a message for those who chose Sailor Venus. Thank you. Okay, so I hope you guys have chosen your decks. Right, I believe they're all visible now. So we'll start with Princess Serenity. The second will be Sailormoon. Third, Sailor Mercury. Fourth, Sailor Mars. Fifth, Sailor Jupiter. And the last one would be Sailor Venus. Right, you can find the links to each reading directly in the description below. And I'll see you at your choice pile. Okay, let us start with Princess Serenity. I will keep you all there. Okay, so welcome those of you who chose Princess Serenity. So you get the first reading for your self-love message. So first off, we're gonna have a look at my homemade motivational deck card. So let's see what you have. Be patient with others. Okay. And your Botanical inspiration card, the iris, rainbows and messages. And your Moonology deck, a fiery climax approaches and step out of your comfort zone. Alright. So for those of you who chose Princess Serenity, alright. So Serenity, as we know her, she is... Oh, I just realized something. That's alright. Yep. Serenity, as we know her, she is the apex of Sailormoon's transformation. Alright, so I guess in a way she's kind of like the Empress herself, right? And the Empress is very nurturing and she tries to guide people. Alright, so for my motivational deck, it seems that you have the card Be Patient with Others. So it might seem that right now, there might be some obstacles or issues with when you are working with other people, right? Perhaps not even working with people, but just helping them. So when I made this card, I was going through a bit of a rough time with someone, and yes, I just need to remind myself that sometimes we need to give people a bit of allowance and a bit more space to do things their own way. All right, so that is the main message with this card. We need to let others do things in their own way, in their own time, in their own space. So if you're having trouble with someone right now, perhaps you need to take a step back and have a bit more faith in them. Have a bit more faith in them. Sometimes people might look like they're unable to do something, but it could be because our speed is different from theirs. All right? Ask them if they need guidance, but otherwise take a step back and let them try to have their own flow. Secondly, the iris. For the iris, the message for this iris is, when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. In the book, the inspirational message for the iris is, keep your eyes open to the wisdom of the universe, and you will receive clear signs and messages that guide you on your path. Okay? So what this says here, that instead of focusing on this person, to step back, and as you step back, look around you. Okay, maybe there are ways that you can help this person. Maybe there are ways that you can solve your current blockage with this person, and the universe will show it to you. But first you need to step back and be patient with them. All right. For the Moonology card, we have a fiery climax approaches and also step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so the fiery climax, perhaps what it means is that there will be a breakthrough. Okay, there will be a breakthrough with the situation with your person here. All right, and I feel that you might need, again, as it says, step back, look around you, okay? Go outside of your comfort zone, because I feel like, to me, the nurturing nature of Serenity might be the thing that compels you to constantly be trying to help this person. All right, like you can see, it says be patient with others, but this person's hand is still on the other person's arm. They still want to have contact. They still want to have to give some sort of a support. All right. So perhaps to you, it feels a bit unnatural or not in character, right? Uncharacteristic for you to completely detach and let them do their own thing. All right, so this might be what it says to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, step back, even though it might feel a bit wrong for you. Just step back, give them their space, and look around you for something else that might give you the answer. And once you have this, you're actually close. They or you are actually close to the solution that you're looking for, right? To the outcome, to the breakthrough that you're looking for. But you would need to, again, it says step back and trust in them, be patient with them, even though it might make you feel a bit uncomfortable. Okay? So that's your reading for Princess Serenity. So I will hope that, oh no, actually let's see if we can get a tarot card for you. So Paulina deck, I'm going to use my lovely Paulina deck. I would like to clarify my motivational card. Be patient with others. What can you say about the being patient card? What can you say about the being patient card? Alright, so we have the Three of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So again, this Ten of Wands, it seems like the person or yourself is being overburdened, right? But again, just like this, it shows that you're actually coming to an end. Okay, you're actually coming to an end because the 10 is completion, and after you complete, it starts a new cycle. Alright, so whatever this burden, whatever things that you are handling with this person. Alright, sorry about that airplane sound. Okay, I think it's moving away now. Okay, so whatever burden that you have, that you're going through with this person, it is going to come to an end. Alright, and after that, Three of Cups is a cups of celebration. Okay, yes, you are trying to come together with them, okay, to perhaps, alright, let me, sorry. Okay, as I was saying, this Ten of Wands seem to talk about the burden that you have with this person. Okay, perhaps you or them are taking on too many things, and that's why you're getting impatient with it. Okay, but I believe that I'm not quite getting a celebration kind of feeling. Maybe the celebration is after the fiery climax. Alright, I feel like it has a good outcome kind of feeling, but I'm also feeling that your presence, alright, is kind of making it crowded, is what I'm feeling, which is perhaps why the card is telling you to be patient and to step away a bit. Alright, so yes, I think for those of you who chose the Serenity pile, okay, I hope this resonates with you, and if it helps you, yes, to summarize, be patient with your person, give them a bit of space, step back even though it makes you uncomfortable, and look around you. Perhaps there is something else that you can do, or something else you can focus on, or something else that can actually give you a bit more answers. Okay, don't pressure your person too much, because right now it seems to be a bit crowded. All right, but again, the burden is coming to an end. Okay, you just need to believe in it and be patient. Okay, so I hope this resonates with you, those of you who chose Serenity pile. If it doesn't, you are free to have a look at all the other piles, alright? And until then, I will see you again next time. Thank you. Okay, so welcome to those of you who chose the Sailormoon card. Okay, so for you, let's see what you have from my motivational deck. Things don't happen randomly. Oh, and your botanical inspiration, you actually have two, which is the hydrangea, thankfulness for understanding, and forget-me-nots, eternal memories. Oh, well, two of these definitely resonate with Sailormoon. And lastly, be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Oh, the cardinal moon. Okay. So, Sailormoon pile, right? I just can't get over this card. Things don't happen randomly. Like, as you know, with the story of Sailormoon, her meeting with Luna, her meeting with Chiba Mamoru, everything around her life, none of them happens randomly, right? So I think right now there might be some things that are going through your life that you might be uncertain about, things that may be causing you to ask yourself if you're doing the right thing, if you are down the right path, all right? So I think this card is trying to tell you that you are on the right path. Sometimes even if the path is difficult, sometimes even if the path seems wrong, all right? Remember that wrong path exists in order to educate us, all right? So things don't happen randomly. If you feel a bit lost in the current situation, perhaps you need to pause and reflect about what can you take from the current situation? What can you learn from the current situation? Okay? If you can't see it as a whole, perhaps try to step back and see it from an external point of view. Okay? A bit of a hangman situation. Okay? Look at things from a different perspective. Next, we have the hydrangea. So the hydrangea, thankfulness for understanding. And also, before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Okay, yeah, again, I'm getting the whole Sailormoon and Chiba Mamoru vibe. Especially how, you know, they keep fighting with each other because they don't understand the pull that they have towards one another. And this confusion kind of always made them be at odds and yell and call each other names. So, right? The inspirational message for this card is, when you forgive others, you release yourself from unnecessary suffering and make space for healing. Grant yourself the benefit of the same compassion and understanding you offer to other people. All right. So it seems that this card talks about healing from a wound. All right. Maybe wounds that is made onto you by others. Okay, when they hurt you, and also wounds that you cause yourself when you doubt yourself. All right. When you are being harsh on yourself. Okay. I think we can relate that to this in sense that right now you feel like you're not sure if you're meant to be in that place that you're in. Perhaps you feel like you've dug yourself into a hole that you don't deserve to be in. Okay? So regardless of how you think, regardless of whether you feel like they shouldn't have done that to you, regardless if you feel like you shouldn't have done whatever that you have done, it's time for you to accept that things have happened. Okay? Forgive them and forgive yourself. Okay? For any pain or any trouble that you're currently feeling. Okay? The thing about forgiving is, there's someone who said before that forgiving does not mean condoning the action that they've done. Okay? Rather, forgiving is giving yourself the ability to not be hurt by the situation anymore. Okay? You don't have to condone. Okay? What is wrong is going to be wrong. However, you need to let that hurt heal and either avoid it in the future. Okay, take your lesson and avoid it in the future, or yes, detach from yourself from the situation. Okay, don't allow whatever that has happened before to make you fearful of the future. Okay, next, forget-me-nots, eternal memories. The best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. Right? So the message for this card is, like the forget-me-nots, flowers, memories can crop up in unexpected places. Make room in your heart for the tender memories of loved ones, right alongside the happy memories you cherish. Okay, so it seems to say here that in the midst of this confusion, in the midst of this hurt that you might be feeling right now, okay, there are going to be memories that are actually happy. Okay, say in the sense of Sailormoon, okay, we know what happens to her. We know that she went through a lot of fears, fights, right, against the enemies and all. But even then, in between those harsh times, she has her days with her friends where they just have fun, where they just smile and laugh with each other. All right. So perhaps right now you need to hold on to those memories. All right. Look back in your past. All right. Despite all the pain, despite all the hurt, were there good times? Okay. Reminding me of the love song where he sang, "Didn't we have fun?" All right. So look back into your past. Find those happy memories and hold on to them. Okay. And lastly, the last card, be bold and make the first move. So for this one, I'm sorry, there's a lot of vehicle sounds today. Right. So for this card, Moonology card, okay, it seems to tell you that once you have found forgiveness, okay, once you are able to heal, and once you found the good things, once you are able to separate the good things from the bad memories, okay, it's time for you to make a move. All right. What move you're going to make is going to be up to you. All right. It could be forgiveness and approaching the person to make up with them. It could be to cut the ties and move on. All right. Or it could even be to change yourself. Okay, this will be more specific towards your current situation. What is the struggle, the confusion that you're having right now? Okay, but you need to make that move. All right, once you have healed, forgiven, once you have separated the good memories from the bad, right, make your move. Okay, you can't wait for others to save you. You have to save yourself, just like Sailormoon. All right, you have to be the one to hold the wand and save yourself, and perhaps save everyone else too. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if there is any message from the Paulina deck. I'm going to try and clarify my motivation card. So what can you tell us about things don't happen randomly for those who choose the Sailormoon? What can you tell us about things don't happen randomly for those who choose the Sailormoon card? Okay, so the High Priestess. Alright. Alright, so the High Priestess. Okay. So this card is about intuition, instinct, alright? Trusting in your heart. Okay, you can see like inside her, there are all these eyes, right? And there's a scroll. Okay, what is telling me is that perhaps you should look within you, all right, for that voice in your heart. Okay, it might actually make you understand the happenings around you a bit more. Okay, it might actually show to you perhaps there are a reason why certain things are happening. Okay, so just believe in your gut voice. All right, so that's all the reading that I have for you, for those who chose the Sailormoon pile. I hope that this will help you. And if it doesn't resonate with your current situation, you can actually have a look at all the other piles, all right? And if it does help you, I wish you good luck, and I wish you an easy time to handle this situation, okay? So until next time, I'll see you again. Bye-bye. Alright, so welcome to those who chose Sailor Mercury. Okay, so we're gonna do your reading. Alright, so you got 2 of my motivational cards. Let's see what they are. Okay, so first one, sometimes people already know what to do, they simply couldn't. Wow. The second one, allow yourself to learn without beating yourself up. Oh. I like how both cards is about knowing and also learning, because that's what Sailor Mercury is about, right? She's very clever. Next, we have the Botanical Inspiration card. Crocus, cheerfulness. It is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. Rainer Marie Rilke. Poems. That sounds very Mercury. And lastly, you're very close to achieving your goal, and hold your vision. Oh, I like how these two are coming out together. It's telling you to hold on because you're nearing your goal. I like that. I think it's very straightforward. Okay, so right now your self-love message, it says that sometimes people already know what to do, they simply couldn't. Okay, because the second card came along with it, allow yourself to learn without beating yourself up. What I'm feeling here is that this does not actually have to be about other people. Okay, I think it's talking about you. Alright? I think it's telling you to accept that, you know, sometimes it's not that you don't know how to do anything. Sometimes it just, you just can't do it. Alright? And you have to accept that. And other people should also learn to accept that. Alright? It's kind of reminding me my situation with one of my family members who, so her personality is very, very, very different from how I am, from how my siblings are, and from how my parents are. Okay? So even though it's been 20 years, but there are things that we try to teach her that she simply cannot do. And I spoke to my friend about it, and my friend told me that she might have tonal issues, because one of the things that we mentioned was that we can't understand why she always spoke a certain way, which does not gel very well with how the rest of the family talks. So it's not that we don't teach her, it's not that we don't guide her, because she's been living with us ever since she was a baby, right? So what I'm trying to say that sometimes you just are not able to learn some things or do some things, all right? Perhaps because there you have your own way to do things, okay? So if you're feeling stuck with something that you're trying to learn, something that you're trying to do, maybe you should understand that method, all right? Not that thing that you're trying to do, but that method might be something that you are incapable of. But again, this card, allow yourself to learn without beating yourself up. Okay, it's in a signage. Okay, it's a sign. It's basically, you know how warning signs are like? It's trying to tell you here, no, it's not your fault. It's no one's fault. Okay, there is no faulting anywhere. You merely simply need time to figure out how to do it in your own way. Okay, this is what I think it's trying to say. Alright, so let's move on to the crocus, cheerfulness. So for this flower, alright, so this is the inspirational message that comes with the crocus. Even when you're feeling fragile and delicate, there is a core of cheerfulness within you that always seems to find its way to the surface. Alright, I think what this is trying to tell you is that you might be feeling wounded perhaps because it seems like you can't do this certain thing that you're stuck on, right? But even when you're fragile and delicate, there's a core of cheerfulness within you, right? I think it's telling you to look inside your heart, okay? To give yourself this confidence back, all right? Look inside you and the earth is like a child that knows poem by heart. I think when you look inside you, you will be able to find this poem. So what this poem is saying to me right now is your method, all right? This thing that you're trying to do, all right? If you look inside yourself a bit, I think you might be able to find a way, your own method to do the thing, right? To get the right outcome, the same outcome, all right? So just look inside yourself, okay? Be patient with yourself, get back your positive attitude, and look inside you to find your own method, all right? And then we get to these two cards, which I feel again is very, very straightforward. You're very close to achieving your goal, okay? Right now you have a blockage because people might be expecting you, or you might be expecting you to do some things a certain way, but you can't do it. But that doesn't mean you can't get there. You can get there. You're in fact very close, all right? You only need to find your own method. All right, give yourself your time to find your own method and hold your vision. So this vision, I believe, is your goal. Believe that you can do it. You will be able to do it. Okay? All right. So I think I would like to clarify the crocus with my tarot card. So let's see, what can you clarify the crocus card for those who choose the Sailor Mercury pile? Nice. The Emperor and the Three of Cups. Alright. Three of Cups, cheerfulness, celebration. Okay. Perhaps what you can say is that okay, what this card is telling me right now, it seems that I think yes, this is the happiness, this is the celebration card, right? So it's trying to tell you to have that that happy, cheerful attitude. All right. Right now, I'm being reminded of another deck that my friend has, where the Three of Cups is three little quokkas, and they were very happy. They were very like smiley quokkas. They're very cute, right? Perhaps what it's trying to say here is to find that happiness. If you have friends that you can reach out to, spend time with them. Okay, spend time with them to bring up your mood again. Okay. And then for the Emperor is a card of a leader. All right, he's very confident. He is very in a way forceful. Okay, he stands his ground. All right, so I think this Emperor is trying to tell you to be like him, be steadfast, right? Hold your vision, right? You will be able to do this, is what it's trying to tell me. Okay, so that's all that I have for you, for those of you who chose the Sailor Mercury pile. I hope that you will be able to handle your situation, all right? If this pile does not resonate with you, that's all right. You can have a look at all our other piles. And I think that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again. Okay, so welcome to those of you who chose the Sailor Mars pile. Alright, so we have for you, okay, let's see what we have for you from my inspirational deck, motivational deck. When people are sick, they'll even reject their favorite food. Okay, so when people are sick, they'll even reject their favorite food. I like that because it's actually a very forceful situation to be in, and Sailor Mars is a very forceful person in a way. She has a lot of fire. Next, ooh, the Dahlia. I love how this is as red as she is. Dignity. Ah, man, a wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. Confucius. I like how that's, well, technically Buddhism, she's Shinto, but yeah. Oh man, I like this card for her. Next, your Moonology deck. Balance spirituality and practicality. I know they're fishes, but they kind of remind me of her twin crows, Phobos and Deimos. And also believe in the impossible, the blue moon. Right, okay. So those of you who chose Sailor Mars, let's see. Okay, so it says here, when people are sick, they'll even reject their favorite food. Alright, so when I made this card, I was actually trying to help someone who was down. Okay, they were feeling very unmotivated, they were feeling very sad, yada yada. And even though I tried to give them good things, right, it didn't seem to help, and I was very confused. Okay, so this quote actually came from a YouTube reader, which I really do not remember who because I was driving at the time. And yes, the words stuck to me, but I forgot to look back at the tarot reader's name. So yes, she says that sometimes it's not that they do not want what you offer, but sometimes they're not in the right state of mind. Okay, so no matter what you give them, no matter how much they would have loved it on another normal day, but if they're sick, then they don't want it, right? And you can't push it to them. Okay, you can't press things on them. Okay, so this could be relating to you or a person you're dealing with. All right, you might feel unwell. Okay, you might feel like no matter what people give to you, it just doesn't vibe with you, right? Or it could be someone you're dealing with. Okay, so for the Dahlia, dignity, what the inspirational message that comes with this flower is, it is easy enough to simply attract momentary attention, but to earn the ongoing respect of others requires frequent displays of dignity. Okay, one thing that I forgot to mention about this card, okay, the lesson here is to respect people and their current condition. Okay, recognize that they are unwell and respect that they simply do not want. All right, and we shouldn't press it on them. Okay, so this dignity card, I feel like it resonates well with this because it says to earn the ongoing respect of others requires frequent displays of dignity. Okay, what I believe this is trying to say is that give these people, give the person you're dealing with the dignity of healing themselves first. All right? So don't pressure them. Don't keep trying to make things right for them. Give them the space and let them be the hero in their own story. Okay? It's another card that I have, which I think is in a different deck. But yeah, it's coming to mind right now. Okay? Give them that dignity. All right? And here we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Okay? Again, okay? I feel like you are trying to help this person out, but you need to balance yourself. Okay? Let them, again, have that dignity to heal themselves. Okay? Even though you feel like they're in a very, very, very terrible place. Okay? Even if you think like there's no way they can get out of this, all right? Because I'm sure you yourself, sometimes people are just in a very bad rut, all right? But only they can save themselves. Only they can take themselves out, all right? A recent situation that happened with me was how I was always listening to YouTube videos during work because I have a terrible anxiety problem recently. So my boss, who was actually just, you know, she has good intentions, so she was just telling me that, you know, try not to listen to music during work because it looks unprofessional. And I immediately got an anxiety attack, right? I thought like if I took the videos out, the voices will come again in my head. And I thought like, oh, I'm never going to be able to live with this. And yeah, and I actually teared up a bit. I actually teared up a bit for like 20 minutes after I took off my earphones. I started tearing up and I started panicking. But 10 minutes later, thankfully, I went to lunch, and I thought like, finally I can listen to my videos again. And the thing that came to my head was that suddenly I realized that I don't need the videos anymore, because the voices were not actually as bad as they were before, right? So sometimes you need to believe in the process, and that the person themselves have to overcome and have to make that healing. All right, we can try to help, but we can't save people if they can't save themselves, if they don't save themselves, right? Imagine if my boss pestered on, telling me things like, don't listen to music, you shouldn't be so dependent on it. It will make me even worse, even though her intention was good, to get me out of my dependency towards listening to videos, right? But once she let me be, she simply informs me what I should do, and then she lets me be, right? And I was able to come true. So I think that story might help you a bit, okay? Actually, I've not told my other friends about this story yet, but yeah. So, Sailor Mars, she's very passionate, she's very fiery. She seems like a very rude lady, but we all know that deep in her heart, she wants nothing more than to make her friends have a good life. I believe if you've watched the Sailormoon musical, I think the 2016 one, where we had the Dark Moon Circus and they were looking through the girls' hearts, and Sailor Mars' dream was to help her friends. So I believe like you have this passionate desire inside you where you want to help your friends, but you must understand, just like how the dignified Sailor Mars will never show that she has a kind heart, sometimes we also must let our person have that dignity, all right, and believe in them. Okay, so I'm going to see if I actually like this reading as it is. I don't feel like I need to clarify, but okay, let us just try to clarify the balanced spirituality and practicality card. Okay, the King of Swords. Right, so for the King of Swords, he's about the mind, right? So the King of Swords is about the mind. It's about speaking his truth, about being analytical, about being knowledgeable. All right, I think what it is probably trying to say here. Okay. You can see that he's birds. All right, the birds, they look, oh, there's two birds, just like Phobos and Deimos, and even here we have two animals, right? Right, I like how it synchronizes. Right, the birds, they look very watchful. So I think what it's saying here is that you just need to watch out for your friend, okay? You can give them advice with words, but again, give them the dignity of healing themselves, and also a belief that they can do it, all right? No matter how bad it might seem at that time, just keep watch for your friend, okay? Balance your presence and also your help. Okay, so that's all I have for you, for those of you who chose Sailor Mars pile. I hope that will help you in your situation. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can choose the other piles. And yeah, I really like your reading. I hope that you guys have a nice day and take care. See you again. So welcome those of you who chose Sailor Jupiter, the strongest one in the team. Alright, let's see what you have for your motivation card. So I like how it's been going so far. Oh, I like it has green color. Okay, you don't need to be identical to be balanced. You just need harmony. Okay. Next we have the Gladiola. Strength of character and moral integrity. Oh, that's so her. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened. Visions cleared, ambitions inspired, and success achieved. Helen Keller. And lastly, your commitment is being tested. I see. Right. Okay, so those of you who chose the Sailor Jupiter pile, okay, let me have a look. Okay, I will read for you first the inspirational message of Gladiola before I go back to my inspirational card. So, doing the right thing isn't always easy, but the strength you summon now builds upon your core integrity with that will later serve your highest purpose in all that you do. So I like how this card especially is talking about strength. Okay, so okay, for this, okay, you don't need to be identical to be balanced. You just need harmony. So what this card is talking about is about relationship between two people who seem very different, right? So I'm suddenly reminded of Motoki, her crush, right? And also the junior, I can't remember his name, her junior who was in love with her. How they seem a bit oddly incompatible, but they don't need to be identical, right? So two people who come together, they do not need to like the same things. They do not need to say have the same hobbies, have the same taste in music. All right, all they need is at least a part that can match up. All right, you see how the other sides, they don't match at all, but in the middle here, in this area, they complete each other, right? And once you have that, how you manage your other differences, you just need harmony. That means give and take. That means not always having to win, not always having to be right, not always getting your choice. All right, you can exist together even being different people as long as you can harmonize. Okay, so I like how this card actually one part of this card is it signifies having hope with all your differences, and also thoughtfulness, kindness in accepting the other person as how they are. All right, so I feel that is very much like Makoto. So going with the Gladiola card, doing the right thing isn't always easy, but the strength you summon now builds upon your core integrity that will serve your highest purpose in all that you do. All right, so I think this card goes really, really well with the Moonology card that you got. So your commitment is being tested. So right now, perhaps you, your connection with another person, it's making you question things. All right, it's making you wonder if your friendship or your relationship with a certain person, is it actually good for you? Okay, of course there are some people who have very, very troubling relationships that do not serve any good purpose at all, except for maybe as a lesson. Okay, but if you feel like there are parts of you that can balance each other, that can complete each other, if you feel like there is actually hope, you love them and they love you, which is very important, you will be able to find a way to be together, as long as the both of you understand that you need to work for harmony. Okay? Strength of character and moral integrity. This flower here, I think, is trying to tell you to hold on to your core belief. Okay? What you feel is right. Okay? Your moral integrity. Don't let others push you around. Okay? We know how strong Sailor Jupiter is. We know that her boisterous, loud nature scares away all the boys. But deep inside, she loves cooking, she loves gardening, she is a very sweet soul. Okay? But she does not let people push her around. She does not let people push her friends around. Okay? So, her moral integrity is very, very strong. Alright? I believe that in this situation with your person, you will need to question yourself again. Okay? What have made you the person that you are? Okay? What are the things that you know deep inside is right? Okay? Especially if it relates to your self-confidence. Okay? Your self-confidence. Okay? Right now, you are in a very testing period. Okay? But believe in yourself and strive to find harmony. But again, harmony, both parties need to play a role. Alright? So let me try to clarify for you the motivation card. Okay, so what can you tell us about you don't need to be identical to be balanced? Okay, Page of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay, so as we know, the Fool is about taking the leap of faith. Okay. Alright, so for the Page of Pentacles, okay, I think like for the Page of Pentacles, it's actually, I like how they both look just the same. Their pose is 80% the same. It's like the left leg is in the back, the right leg is going forward, and one hand's holding onto something. And they're both looking in generally the same direction. Okay, I think what it's saying is that there is similarity between you and your person. Okay? It's like how they both have an animal that's going the same way. Alright? So you might be two completely different person. Alright? But there are similarities between the two of you. Even like the Fool is about going ahead for a new adventure. The Page of Pentacles is also an offering, a start of a career or a new direction. Okay? Yeah, I really like how they look about the same. But they're not identical, right? They're similar, even though they're not exactly the same, right? And I think that might be the same for you and your person that you're dealing with. So trust in yourself, trust in your faith and belief. And again, what I'm having in my head right now, sorry, what I'm having in my head right now is whatever, while you're going through this testing period, whatever that you're doing, do not let it drag, sorry, do not let it drag your self-confidence down, okay? So that's all I have for you, Sailor Jupiter pile. I'm sorry, I'm getting stuck in the throat. But yes, I hope that helps. If this doesn't resonate for you, you can choose all our other piles. And if it does, I wish you good luck in handling your situation. And until I see you again, bye bye, have a nice day. So hello to those of you who chose the Sailor Venus file. I just adore her. I love that she is about love. And I love how she's cheerful and she's blonde. I'm so sorry. I have a huge weakness for ladies with long blonde hair. And yeah, let's see what you have for your cards, right? So first off, you have two inspirational cards. The first one, stand by your belief and values while still being flexible. I like how they're ribbons. They're actually just like the chains that she uses to fight. Second one, sometimes you don't got this. Oh, right? Your botanical inspiration, the honeysuckle. Oh my god. I know the honeysuckle isn't actually yellow, but honey is yellow. So domestic happiness, devoted affection. Oh, that's all about love. I will wind thee in my arms. So doth the wood bind the honeysuckle gently and twist. William Shakespeare. Where is this from? I'm not sure I've heard of this poem. Okay, we'll have a look at it later. And lastly, emotions are running high. Oh man, I like that. Yes, Sailor Venus played as the princess Serenity in the beginning, right? But we all know that just like Sailor Moon, she is actually quite emotional. Okay, that's why in the cartoons it's always her and Usagi who goes around like being very hyper, right? So yeah, that's reminding me of this, the super moon. Wow. Okay, so let's see your reading. Okay, so for you, okay, what I'm getting from these two cards. All right, it seems that right now you might be in some kind of a challenging time. All right, because this card here, sometimes you don't got this, is trying to say that it's best to cut your losses early. Okay, there are certain things that happens in our life, or certain things that happen to us, to others, that we can't handle. All right, and we need to learn to recognize that. We need to learn to understand that some challenges you just can't win. What you have to do is to survive. Okay, if you can detract yourself, if you can detach yourself from the situation, it is probably the best. Because if sometimes when you fight against some things, all you will get is just hurt, and the crack will just grow bigger until you can't mend things anymore. Okay, and sometimes when we can't handle some things that are happening, it does not mean that we are wrong. All right, we might not be suitable for that issue, we might not be suitable for that situation. Sometimes it just has to happen to teach us things. All right, so that's why I feel like we get this: stand by your belief and values while still being flexible. All right, you don't have to be wrong, but sometimes you just need to accept. All right, that's what it means by this flexibility. All right, just like the Sailor Venus chains, it's metal. Metal is hard, you can't bend it, but as chains they can be bent and manipulated. All right, so same as your belief. Okay, you look back inside your heart. Okay, what you believe is true. Okay, what your moral says is true. Okay, sometimes it's only true for us. Right, moral is a social construct. Moral is also very gray. All right, So sometimes it might not be suitable to certain situations or to certain people. Okay, we may be able to guide some people who comes to our life, but not all of them will accept it. All right, and you need to understand this and step away. Okay, cut your losses when things seem to be hurting you more than helping you. All right, learn to be flexible so you don't hurt yourself. Okay, learn to be flexible so you don't make things worse. Okay, you don't have to keep pressing on. So the honeysuckle, the message for the honeysuckle is bring your best self to the relationship that are closest to your heart. Okay, bring your best self to your close relationships. Even the well-established bonds of affection still need a mindful tending to thrive. Thoughtfulness, support, kind words go a long way towards maintaining a happy home life. Okay, so what the message is saying to me is that same as this, all right, you need to be flexible, all right. And what this flexibility means from this honeysuckle is that to tend to your relationship with another person. Okay, perhaps you are not not to say you're not right for them, perhaps the opinion that you have is not suitable for the situation. Okay, and you have to let go. Perhaps your belief is right for you but not for the situation, so you have to give and take. All right, this is how you need to tend to the relationship. All right, and this card, I feel it comes as a warning. Emotions are running high. Perhaps this is the reason why you keep feeling it like you need to press on, like you need to make things right, when actually that is not the answer for now. You need to fix things, but not by being harsh, not by pressing on, not by forcing. All right, you need to tend to the relationship, but be aware of your emotions. Be aware of how you might actually be damaging certain things that is not in your control. Okay, so I will try to get a clarification for one of these cards. I think I would like a clarification for the honeysuckle. So do you have anything to say for the honeysuckle? For those who choose Sailor Venus, what do you have to say for the honeysuckle card? For those who choose Sailor Venus. Ooh, the Two of Cups. Alright, so the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is sort of like an offer for love. But what I'm seeing here more than that is it takes two to tango. Right? It takes two to have a relationship. And also, to me, the Two of Cups sometimes remind me of the Lover's card. And in the Lover's card, one of the essence of the Lover's card is trust. Alright? So not only do you have two people who mutually give their cups to each other, but they also trust the other person's cup. Alright? So same with here. Perhaps your belief is right for you, but you should trust in the other persons as well. Okay, try to keep your emotions in check. Okay, know that this is a situation that requires two people to work on it together, two people to trust in it together, and two people to give their effort. Okay, so that is all that I have for you. For those of you who chose the Sailor Venus path, I hope this reading helps you with settling your situation. If it doesn't, you're free to have a look at all the other previous piles that we've done. And that is all I have for you. So I hope I will see you again next time in another reading. Until then, have a nice day. Bye bye.